I was born in Vietnam. Raised in the south of Vietnam. Davao is the city in the deep south of Vietnam. Um, so my parents were business people over there. My mom and dad had a grain factory and then an ice packing factory. They made these big blocks of ice, 8 foot long blocks of ice for the fishing boats, because there's a fishing village, fishing town, and so it helped the fishermen preserve the fish. But my dad went into the military when the Vietnam War broke out, and he was in the Southern Vietnamese Army. And so after the war, since the North won, the communists were coming in, and so we had to we tried to stick it out there, but they were starting to put people into re-education camps. And so my dad said, we have to leave, because if we don't leave, they're probably gonna kill they're probably gonna kill him, and then just put us into re-education camps. And then because in communism, everything is taken away, everything belongs to the state, right? And so that's why we fled on a refugee boat with as many of our relatives as we could, and we ended up sailing off in the middle of the night with the fishing fleet, and then we went to Malaysia, and therefore for 6 months, and I got sponsored by family over in Spokane, Washington. And so that first winter in Spokane, Washington, was quite a shock, coming from the tropics. But that's where we began our life, and we left our ancestral homeland because we wanted freedom and choice. And so it's kind of ironic that we see this situation in America now, in the world, where people they seem to have less and less choice and a lot more mandates from authority. So it's very ironic.
Yeah, it is, because they're saying that we have to wear masks now. I mean, where's the freedom in that? Where's the freedom in this?
Yeah. The mask situation is a reaction out of fear, right? And so fear is a very effective tool at controlling mass populations. And so when we have something that is new and unknown, your mind automatically switches to fear, because that default can keep you safe, right? So it's a safety mechanism. But people in power can know that that's the default, and they could use fear of the unknown to control people and drive behaviors. And so I believe that's what's going on in this country, because you have people wearing masks, and what's that going to do for their immune system? And they're rebreathing their carbon dioxide and not getting rid of toxins from their body. And so that's going to suppress their immune system. And I believe this fall, the virus will come back, if it's really a new virus. The coronavirus has been around for millions of years, but the people that have suppressed immune systems because they've been wearing masks for all these months and not getting vitamin D and not getting fresh air, they'll probably be the ones that are most susceptible to this going forward. So the programming's working, I guess. So.
I love having you on.
There, Mark?
Yeah, this is great. This is fabulous information you're giving us, because you're in the field. I'm not in the field of the research part. I'm not, I'm just, all I'm doing is just bringing the news out. That's all we're doing here. And I just appreciate what you're telling us. I love it. I just think it's wonderful. Thank you for your time. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah. So I think that's what, because most of us are not subject matter experts, right? We're experts in our particular field. But that's why there's this huge parade of experts that supposedly come in. The problem with that is if you tell people that they're an expert, and that expert is has a lot of depth of knowledge in one field, doesn't mean they have a breadth of knowledge. They know a lot of things. They know deeply into one topic, but they don't know deeply into how interrelated all the different topics are. And so we end up getting this tunnel vision, tunnel advice, tunnel intelligence. Mm-hmm. And so that's what happens. When you want to control a population, you get them focused on something that's either true or not true, mm-hmm. and then you do something on the while they're not observant, and so it's just like a magician's sleight of hand. You're so focused on one hand or the other hand or whatever he wants you to look at, but something else is going on that you don't understand, mm-hmm. and that's what the situation here is about, because. Mm-hmm. It's purely not medical. That's clearly proven.
Right. But I just appreciate your background, though, because, like I said, this is different than what I'm used to. But that's okay. I mean, I'm not arguing about it. I'm just letting you have a voice without being attacked at all, or fear, or I get you, got your question. We're not here to do that. We welcome you with open arms. And we just appreciate your time. That's what we're doing here. So I appreciate this.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. It's like we're in the information age, right, Mark? Mm-hmm. So everyone knows that. Unfortunately, people don't know that information can be a weapon. Mm-hmm. Information can be weaponized, to cause people to have an emotion, mm-hmm. and from that emotion they react a certain way.
Right.
And so, if you remember back to, remember we were watching on TV all these weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, right?
Right, I remember that. Yeah.
So everyone remembers that. But when we actually got to Iraq, we didn't find any weapons of mass destruction. So all that information that took us into that war was not true. Mm-hmm. But at the time it felt true. It felt like it was the right thing to do.
Right.
And so we have to remember that situation. And there's been many other situations. I mean, this is not political one way or another. It's just like this is what power does to people.
Right.
Power
and control
can corrupt.
Yeah.
And money corrupts. And so we have to be cognizant that those in power and control want to maintain that power and control in every which way.
Exactly right. See, like I said, where I'm here to agree with a guest. I'm not here to fight with a guest. You can talk about the issues that you want to talk about, and then bring it forward, and you can explain your position without being attacked. How about that? The only network will do this. I'm the only network out here in the worldwide mainstream media. I'm the only network will not attack the guests. I'm the only one that will just let you have a voice, let your voice be heard without being attacked at all whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, and that's the divide and conquer. That's the purpose of division is to divide, right?
Yeah.
The purpose of control is control.
Right.
We have to see things as they are. Because if you, it's very simplistic, and if we don't get back to that common sense, and we live in this intellectual, this academic world where we just look at numbers all the time, then we're going to be living in a bubble house, right? We can't even go outside and breathe fresh air anymore because there's germs in the air, according to scientists.
Right.
Right. And so we just want to have a chance of happiness. We want to have an opportunity to go live our life, mm-hmm. and experience joy at least once or twice or your whole life. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, there's other people out there that want everything controlled. Mm-hmm. And I think more people are waking up to that fact mm-hmm. today. But having us talk, having us share ideas is the foundation of a society, and that's how we grow. We grow by sharing our wins and our losses. We don't just grow by learning one one side of the equation. You know.
And also,
So
people experience this too as
yeah.
well. You can share your experiences and your story that what you came from. Without, this is one thing we do here on this network. I really greatly appreciate. Like I said, this is not my network. This is a gift from God. I keep telling people this. This is not my network. This is a gift from God. It really, truly is.
Hmm? Yeah, it is, and that's what this whole life is. Like we're given hopefully 80, 90, 100 years to go experience a life. But for me, after when I had my fall, I experienced the afterlife, and the afterlife is all love and acceptance, and acceptance and love. They're one and the same. And so if we realize that we are also creators, we can create that love and acceptance and that joy and the happiness without the need for all these material things. And you know, it's just the things that have been sold to us, you know, were material things. But now the things being sold to us are ideas. And so that's a very, very slippery slope because, you know, ideas become beliefs and beliefs become actions. And this is what's gone on with our society, right? We, you know, a lot of people are wearing masks because out of fear. But you know, is there danger there? Yeah, there might be danger there, but danger is not the same as fear. Danger is either real or not. You know, danger is a real thing. Right. But fear is in our mind. Right. And so that's why now you have a lot of people doing mind control type work, right? Right. But yeah, it's definitely strange times, strange years. We are. We just have to be vigilant. That's what we have to do. Be vigilant and also talk about it and address it. And that's what we do here. We let you have an opportunity to do that. Yeah, and to share different perspectives, right? Because I think our society is so divided. You can't talk about politics. You can't talk about religion. And now apparently you can't talk about health either because it's such an inflammatory topic. Right. And so if we can't talk to each other, then I guess like the only one talking is the TV. Right. Right. And so then everyone's listening because if we talk, we risk arguing. We risk some kind of some kind of fallout or some kind of downside from that conversation. We might risk losing a friend. And so after a while, we never talk to our friends, and then the social fabric is torn that way. Yeah. You know, of a society. Amen. That's exactly right. So, I mean, what you're saying here is the truth, nothing but the truth. Yeah, and that's, I think, you know, the truth is a very good topic, too. We should talk about that some other time. It just, you know, you've heard of that phrase, if a tree falls in the woods and no one heard it, did it really fall? Does it make a sound? It makes it, yeah, it still does make a sound. Yeah, it's just that no one heard it. Well, is the truth because everyone believes it, or is the truth because no one believes it? Yeah. Right, and in my mind, the truth is tested by time, right? Yeah. It doesn't need data to be proven. I mean, love is a truth, right? Love and compassion for people is true, but do you need data to prove it to you that's true? No. Exactly, right? And so, but we've become such a society that's data-driven, but people don't know that data and statistics can be manipulated easily. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Look at the elections. Look at what's going on right now in Seattle. Look what's going on right now with the numbers of coronavirus. The numbers from, I just want to tell you this. The numbers they're telling you in Seattle, 89,000 deaths so far. Well, that's how many accidents they were last year in Seattle. Just like in Oregon, there's 39,000 accidents in Oregon. Now they're saying that 39,000 people have coronavirus. See, they're putting exactly the same numbers. Like he talked about fear. They're putting fear in you, and it's all about putting numbers. A digital age, as you talked about. Yeah, and so yeah, if you study fear and how it's been used through history, right. What's going on fits perfectly into the game that's being played on us, right?
Right.
And so whether it was the Russians, Red China, or the Russians, or like all this fear throughout the centuries has been used very effectively. Yeah. And so this is just the modern age, because now they can make things up.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah, it is. So with that being said, we're going to let you have